Hey, what's up there, YouTube friends? Welcome to Making the Nightmare. We're back in the garage because in this episode we're going to make one of the new builds for this year, the Mummy Boy. Now, the easiest character is probably the Mummy Boy, and we're going to start with him first. Basically, if you look at him from the movie, he's a bald head and a slight body wrapped in gauze or tissue. So we're going to start with this. This is a 7-inch round styrofoam sphere. I've also cut his body out, his frame, out of PVC. At the craft store I got this, a 3x3 foot sheet. I'm going to cut that into strips to wrap the body up. I'll use my foam cutting knife to cut a hole for his eye, and then I'm just going to wrap the body with that felt strip that I cut out. Okay, so for the Mummy Boy, I've basically traced out what I want his face to look like. He's got this big hole opening with a single eyeball, which will probably be a spray painted ping pong. I also traced out where the hole for the PVC pipe will go to serve as his neck. So I spray painted it. The black spray paint is not going to hurt it. You can see though it's kind of melting it away. And I use the spray paint only because the bandages will cover up a lot of this. I have the head of the Mummy Boy. I have his eye painted. I actually set it into his head with a piece of pool noodle that I painted. I used nails to hold it into place while the glue was drying. I kind of like the way this glue looks. It kind of looks slimy like he would. I've taken my sheet of craft felt, and so I have my glue sticks and my glue gun, and I'm going to basically glue the felt strips onto the body here. The first step is going to be glue around the eye piece here. I'm going to use a generous amount of glue. And then just cut it to form. We'll do the same on the top. So I'm about halfway done with his head. As you can see, I just keep wrapping the felt around and around. I've closed his eye hole just a little bit. And here's the completed head. Next we'll move on to his body, wrapping it in the same way. So this next part, I've marked where his head will meet his neck. And so I'll start wrapping here, and then just wrap the rest of his body. Same method as I did before with hot glue. His feet here, I left the PVC exposed because I will stake him there. Multiple layers of that felt into his hip joints, his pelvis area, and then his arms and shoulders up to his neck. So after reviewing the source material, I see that he does have a little bit of a belly. So I took a piece of pool noodle, cut it out in the center, zip tied it down, and then I'm going to wrap the wrappings around that too. Once I figure out what his pose will be, he will be complete. Honestly, I'd like him to either be holding a lantern like we see in the movie. There's another scene where he's cranking the cat siren on the mayor's car. Unfortunately, this year, the mayor is not going to be built, nor will his car. I think we might go with the lantern just to make it easy. Here's a look at that completed wrapped Mummy Boy with arms in place. Here you see his arm, and I found this really cool lantern. So it looks like he's holding the lantern like he does in the movie. And I put a battery-operated tea light in there. Well, there you go. I hope you enjoyed it. That was the Mummy Boy build. Hope you enjoyed it. Like, subscribe, follow me on Instagram at GrumpyGamerDad. Until next time, this is Grumpy Gamer Dad saying there is more nightmare to come because we're going to build Scarecrow Jack Skellington. Alright, so you've made it through episode 3 of Making the Nightmare, and that was the Mummy Boy. As your reward, we're going to open up one of these really cool Loungefly Nightmare Before Christmas mystery puzzle pins. These are only available at Box Lunch. This is the 4th pin that we'll be opening up. So far, our luck is holding out. We've opened up 4 pins, and we don't have any duplicates yet. And this pin is going to be 0. We actually have half the puzzle done. Stay tuned to the end of every Making a Nightmare episode as we reveal more and more pins from this collection.